in there, folks. Welcome to a great milestone episode of TabsFolders 2.0. Thank you for joining us today. So this is the episode that many of you, maybe all of you, have been waiting for, TabsFolders 2.0 official launch. We've been talking to it. We've been alluding to it for the past several months. And here it is. It's finally here. So thank you for joining us today. So who I have with me is the founder of TabsFolders and my colleague Praveen. How you doing there, guys? Welcome.
Hey, hello, Bruce. Thank you for the invite. I think today we're having some minor technical issues with the live stream, but hopefully we did catch everybody. As in, hopefully we got online to all the systems and we'll be able to continue with the live stream. How have you guys been, Praveen? How have you been this past week?
I've been doing well. How are you?
Excellent. We launched TabsFolders on Cyber Monday. It went live through the Chrome Web Store, and we submitted it to the Microsoft Edge Web Store as well, but there we're waiting for the approval of Microsoft. That should be coming in a few days. 4 to 5 business days is their expected time to approve. So looking forward for TabsFolders to making it into the Edge Web Store as well. And we have a demo today. Thank you, Bruce. We have a demo today. We did the partial demo that we did last week with the preview that was in development. Now this will be a demo on the production systems that everybody can kind of follow on or copy what we're doing in the live release on Chrome, Brave, Opera, and Vivaldi. Those are the main browsers that should be able to download. Technically, you can install Chrome from on Microsoft Edge from the Chrome Web Store as well. You just have to go to the Chrome Web Store and install it from there. It'll be it'll say that it's not from Microsoft Edge Web Store, but you can still add it if you'd like to get an early peak slash start working with it faster than it'll be released on the Edge store. I will say that as it's a big 2.0 release, there were a lot of changes under the hood. It's kind of still in beta. There could be some bugs with the system, but we tested it as much as we could locally, and now it's out in the public. And so we have a little kind of pop-up that I hope to demo in one of the browsers, where it basically shows that this is still in beta feature. Just a little kind of reminder of this for all our users. But in essence, we are good to go with what is the final functionality of 2.0, and the key one, the live team sharing. So that's how I am, Praveen.
Sounds like also you've been very, very busy, just trying to prep everything for the launch. So when I hear of a 2.0, I always think of, hey, is there going to be like a change log so we could see a list of everything that was fixed? Hopefully there'll be one of those that comes out on the
It's there. I guess it was, kind of very short for 2.0, as in we added team sharing. That was the main feature, and colored folders. So that's, I think with the bugs, we didn't kind of list. There were numerous bugs that we fixed. We didn't list those in this kind of release. We focused more on the new features that were introduced, and I will show that in a moment when I share my screen. But also what I wanted to say is we have released a new website for TabsFolders, and we have a Cyber Week special promotion going on that I would like to tell everybody about. And let me see if I can just pull it up while we while we chat. That
Sure.
basically it's 20, 40, and 60% off on on TabsFolders this week. And I have it up now, so maybe I'll switch to my screen right now. Basically, this is the deal. So TabsFolders, if you buy 3 or more lifetime codes, it's 20% off. With 5 or more, it's 40, and with 10 lifetime codes, which is the white label, it's 60% off. So let me again refresh everybody's let's say, or let me explain the why we chose 3, 5, and 10. We go to TabsFolders.com here to our pricing page, and we go on the plan details. As you see, we have kind of 3 codes gets you CNAME sharing with 7 days backup.
Camille, FYI, that's incredibly hard to see. Is there any way how we can make that take a full screen?
Sure, of course. Let me just put it up to full screen. There we go. There we go. I think we can see it better now, hopefully.
Let's double. There we are. Perfect. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. So with 3 codes, you basically get CNAME sharing and 7 days backup. With 5 codes, you get SMTP relay, guests, and unlimited workspaces. And then with 10 codes, you get white label and kind of 100 teammates and unlimited guests. White label is it's 90% there. We already have the kind of code for you to add your icon, your graphics, kind of fav icon, and your logo to TabsFolders for the white label sharing. And basically in version 2.1, we will have the white label sharing, where when you share some links, when you share links publicly with TabsFolders, you'll have your branding, your company logo on in the top left, and not the TabsFolders logo. So that's coming in version 2.1, and right now the what 3, 5, and 10 codes gets you is 3 codes gets you 3 teammates, 5 gets you 9 teammates, and 10 codes gets you 100 teammates and unlimited guests. So that's why we've made this special deal. It's a one time kind of this week that you get the huge discount of 60% off on the 10 codes, the white label and unlimited guests functionality, and then so on, so that where everybody did kind of Black Friday, we did Cyber Monday this year with the release of TabsFolders 2.0 and the discounts for this week. So the new website, as well as you see it, you can just browse some, basically new look and feel to match with TabsFolders kind of UI, the color scheme, and some more information if you choose to kind of take a look at the website. It's there in the new version. Let me close that window and go back to the demo of what I want to show. So when you start TabsFolders, you will have kind of new menu options on the left. The home button is now the kind of the main interface, the bookmark interface of TabsFolders. We have the options menu item on the left. When you click on the menu, when you click on options, you have a new options screen that's built into TabsFolders. It doesn't open in a separate tab.
Sorry, can we zoom in on that screen again? It's incredibly small.
Okay, let me kind of make it full screen. There we go.
Perfect. Thank you.
So again, when we click on options, options are now built into the TabsFolders user interface. They're not in a separate kind of pop-up window. So it's the same options, just laid out differently. And the bottom part is the white label options, which I was mentioning, that you can add your company logo, your fav icon, and touch icon. So we're already collecting the icons and logos from users so that we can kind of test them with our internal testing for the white label release coming in 2.1. And then the new entry or new options, kind of below the options pages, you have the team sharing management, which when we click on that, you have your team settings here, or your kind of team management. And this will be available, of course, if you have enough codes for TabsFolders. So if you just have one code, you'll have a little pop-up message here stating that you need to kind of purchase more codes to have access to team functionality. But let's get on into how you kind of add team members. So below I already have like 2 editors, but I wanted to show you how go through the process of adding another team member. So this time I'll add a viewer. And we have 2 options. So we type the email address, then we can use this pop-up or kind of drop down here to choose whether this is a viewer or an editor. Since I have 2 editors, this time I'll select viewer and I'll send the invite. So TabsFolders has sent an email, and first when you see the kind of email below, you'll see that the person has been invited, and while their name is unknown, they haven't signed up yet. And you can do 2 things here. Basically, this is just showing that the user is invited and can view. If they didn't receive the email for some reason, I don't know, a spam filter blocked it somewhere, or whatever happened along then at work, you can kind of remove them and add their email again, and this will force the system will resend the email to see if it gets through a second time. If it doesn't, then you would need to kind of get in touch with us, because maybe there's something wrong. Maybe the other person's spam filter is blocking it, and we kind of need to figure out what's going on. But so far, this. Well, this has been working as developers say. It's been working on our end, but of course we need to test it in the wild. So if anything doesn't work on this end, please get in touch with us on our support page, support.tabsfolders.com, and there's a contact us button at the top right. I can just open that and show you guys. So it's support, and you just click contact. And that will open up an email to get in touch with us. So the other way to get in touch with us is, I believe, here in the chat pop-up box. You can also, I think, ask and send your info here along with a picture, if like a screenshot to get more info, or get us more info as to what your issue is quickly. As per Bruce, you were asking whether we mentioned that we have the release. Yes, we have in our other pop-up here from our roadmap provider. Here we listed all the new things that are in TabsFolders, so real-time instant team sharing and colorized folders based on first tag, and some bug fixes that we mentioned below. But the main thing we want to focus in this release is the real-time instant team folder sharing and the colorized tags. So now that we gave some time for the email to arrive, let me switch to my email program and open the email.
Sure.
So this is the email you will receive. And so basically here it says that, as you see, it's viewer5@tabsfolders.com is who I sent it to. TabsFolders.com is basically my username. It's first and last name. And that's the person who, well, basically me, who I invited, the user who invited you. So I will just right click, because this will open in a different browser. I will copy the link, but basically you just click here to accept button, and that'll open the link in your browser, and you will go through the sign up process. And I will just do that with the Vivaldi browser here. So just to show you, in this top left, we have Microsoft Edge. Let me just close this. Here's Microsoft Edge, Chrome with one user profile, Chrome with another user profile, and Vivaldi browser with the account that we've just the invite that we just received. So we copy and paste it, but normally it would automatically, when you click the button, opens up in your default browser. So when you click the invite, as you see here, by default, it types the invite name. So it's viewer 5 or email rather that the invite was sent to. And you can either type the password if you already have a TabsFolders account. If not, you just click sign up, and you type in your details. So viewer 5, type a password, and sign up to TabsFolders. Then, of course, it's the standard process that we send a link for you to verify the email address, just to ensure that the account works for this email address. And now there's a new step that automatically you will be shown this invitation that you have been invited to work on a shared folder, and you just click here to confirm. Then you go through the whole tour, the standard sign-up process for TabsFolders, importing bookmarks, and you're part of this team. That was, I guess, a little bit small. Sorry, Bruce, for not expanding that browser, but I'll go back to Microsoft Edge. And when we refresh this team, now you can see that the viewer where I signed up in the other browser, now the first and last name is displayed. And here it shows basically that it's can view. So once the user has signed up, you can change them from viewing to editing, or you can remove the user. So that's kind of the workflow of adding members to your team. So a team has kind of the owner and then members. When I switch to the kind of viewer, the Vivaldi browser, and I'll maximize Vivaldi and make it a bit bigger so everybody can see. When we go to my team here, this is the notification that you will get. Team sharing is in beta, tags are read only in this version. And so we click OK. And here, so you won't see this is your team. So each user has only the team that they own. So therefore, it doesn't show the team that you belong to. That again, viewer 5 doesn't have a team yet. They just signed up. So this user, their team is empty. They can now create their own team by inviting team members, but they are a member of the TabsFolders.com team. And let me just minimize this screen again. They are a member of this team, which is basically the user TabsFolders.com. And this user TabsFolders.com invited viewer 5. So viewer 5 is a member of the TabsFolders.com team, and not vice versa. If viewer 5 now wants to create their own team and invite different members, they can, of course, do that. And the reason for this is that, in this phase of kind of the team sharing, the team owner, TabsFolders.com, is the owner, and they can share folders with the team members, but they have ownership. So it's kind of like one-way sharing. So when the TabsFolders.com user shares any folders with editor 1 or viewer 5, they can then unshare those folders from those viewers, and it's kind of a tree top-down structure at this point. Now to go into how to share folders with these users, you go to your home screen where you have your basically your bookmarks from TabsFolders as usual, and you right-click on a specific folder, and you click the share option. So this share option was there previously, but now this has a different menu. You have the share with a public link. This is the old TabsFolders team sharing, which when you click it, basically it's create a link, and you get your old public sharing where you can share it at tabsfolders.com or your CNAME share. You have now an optional password and the expiry time as before, and you can just copy the link, click done, and then when we open a new browser tab, paste the link. Oops, sorry, I copied the wrong link. Pardon. Get link tabsfolders.com. This is the link I want. Paste the link, and there we go. So there's the folder that I just shared publicly as this worked before previously on TabsFolders before 2.0. Now I can click the shared folder menu item again, and I can share this folder now public or privately to my team. And how I do this is by typing the email addresses of the team members, and clicking them, selecting them to add them to the share for this folder. So basically select the team members here. TabsFolders, of course, only searches the list of users that have been added to your team here. So that's why when I was typing editor, it showed the 2 editors that I have in the list. So it simplifies basically that, it filters for you all the team members that were first added to your My Team kind of tab previously. And you just, you can, choose to notify people. They'll get an email that this folder was shared with them, and type a kind of message, test share. And then you just click send. And now what happens on the server side, TabsFolders adds these 3 users to this folder, and you can just click done. Now I will make this screen a bit smaller.
Camille, that looks seamless and beautiful at the same time, just FYI.
Thank you, Bruce. Now I forgot one part of the sign-up process, that I have to verify this account on the viewer. So let me just find that email with the verification link. One moment.
We do have some questions that are coming up, so let's come to a quick break so we can start addressing some of them too.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so let's start at the top. So Musam asks, can there be a feature where we have the ability to highlight a website, and then when we bookmark the URL, TabsFolders remembers the highlighted area? That's genius. I like that idea. I like that idea.
Sure. I think that's like, I think I saw that in Evernote previously, etc. So sure, that's if Musam, if you add that to our roadmap.tabsfolders.com as an idea, we'll definitely add that as for our voting on the future features of TabsFolders. We'd definitely like to add that as it would help with first of all taking, I guess, a screenshot of the website, and then highlighting exactly what you bookmarked. or what you selected. So that's a great idea. If you could add that to our roadmap idea section, we'd love to get users' votes on that. So yeah, so that's a great question and great feedback. Are there any other ones, Bruce?
Yeah. So Musam asks, is it live? Yes, it is live now officially. Musam also asks, is there any update for the Firefox extension? That's a good question.
So as we mentioned previously, I think that we won't be supporting Firefox. It's not in the near plans, because Firefox has 1 or 2% of the user base worldwide. So if anything, we would implement Safari sharing first, because it has, I believe, 16% versus Chrome browser has 60%, Safari has 16%, and then so on, with Microsoft Edge being the next one, which we already support. So we're focusing on kind of the most of the user base, and Firefox is unfortunately getting less and less users. So it's not a popular browser, and one that we're looking to support probably in the future, as it's waning in popularity now.
Yep. It's been dying for a while.
Yes.
Let's see. So Valentine asks, is there a browser extension? Yes, the whole platform pretty much operates off browser extensions. What Camille was mentioning before, they are available in all the available stores, Chrome, Edge Store, etc., etc. Valentine also asks, is there a mobile app available?
So no, there isn't a mobile app. You can view the bookmarks on your mobile browser by opening the TabsFolders website. So let me show this here in this browser. Can you?
Sure.
Let me add my screen. One moment.
Yep, I got it.
There we go. It's there. Thank you, Bruce.
Sure.
So when we go to TabsFolders.com, you can click Access Bookmarks here, and this takes you to a web interface for TabsFolders, and you can do the same thing on a mobile device. And here you can basically access your bookmarks and search them. So this is right now, this is what you can do kind of on the mobile device. Plus, here you can add a mobile bookmarklet to your mobile device. So that allows you to add a kind of bookmark on any mobile browser like Safari, Chrome, etc. And from there, you can then click that bookmark, and it'll add a bookmark to your mobile bookmarks folder in TabsFolders, which is this folder right here. So you can collect bookmarks from your mobile device, and you can view and search them and open them on your mobile device. But at this point, we don't have a mobile app yet for TabsFolders. So
that's okay. I mean, there's still basic mobile access, so that still works. Let's see.
Exactly. Yes.
Valentine, so is this platform only for bookmarks? And we should specify and say, no, not only for bookmarks, but bookmarks, notes, tags, and team collaboration. So it's more than just saving bookmarks on a browser. Anything else you'd like to add to that?
Yes. Well, as you mentioned, Bruce, that you can add notes here. So you can add notes. You can actually paste whole HTML from a website into this note. You can also add tags, but you can, for example, add links to your Google Drive files because they're links, so you can add them to TabsFolders. I mean, that's the main thing, and you can collaborate with team members real time on your shared bookmarks, etc., which is what we're demonstrating right now. So I hope that answers your question. If you kind of need more info about that, Valentine, if you can go on our website, then you'll be able to kind of take a look at what's available in TabsFolders in more detail. We have a whole support page available with all the details about how to get things done in TabsFolders, etc., etc. So, Bruce, could you take a moment to answer some questions? I need to be back in 1 second.
Sure. Okay, so I'll go ahead and switch right here. So Tahoon asks, can we restrict team members to further invite anyone? From my understanding, when you're the owner of, let's say, a folder, you are the only one that has access to do the invites of other team members. Other team members have the editing capabilities. But that's interesting that maybe you want specific granular permissions where the admin can both invite and edit, but the team members, maybe on an individual basis, you want them to say they can edit, and some of them can edit and invite. So I see the progress of the next step of your question. The restrictions, I think, are already in place now by default. I don't think they can invite other teammates, but it makes sense that we have certain specific teammates that can and cannot invite additional teammates. I see where you were going with that, with your thought process. Thank you for that. That's something that we should both add to the roadmap, and that's something that we'll mention to Camille when he gets back.
Okay. And also, Bruce, I just want to say that kind of creates like an infinite downstream issue also, because you have like if you invite somebody and then they're inviting somebody and that third person is, you know what I mean? Like, so how granular do we want to go with this? Right?
Yeah. Make it. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe if I can comment on that. Thank you guys. Sorry for a small break. So yeah, I guess you could be inviting, different team members, but then it comes down also to licenses that right now the team owner has kind of a set of licenses that they can invite a set of users. So I see how you'd like to perhaps send an invite yourself to another user, but right now all you have to do is just send it to the team owner and say, could you invite this email address to the team? If you want to create again your own team, then you just invite that user with your own email address, but it creates a different team, because at this point we have like one team owner, because again, yes, for permissions that we'd love to add all the features possible, but in this kind of first release of 2.0 we had to limit it to what you can do with TabsFolders in the complexity, and so we implemented the team owner as the owner, kind of one owner of the team. The rest of the members are team members, so editors and viewers. But it's kind of a top-down structure as a first release, because obviously, it took us already a while to build this, but with software you can just get infinite complexity. There's always features you can add and add and add. So we picked the core feature set to allow team functionality to work, and I think it works. That again, you have one owner, which is designated user, and then they manage the team. The team can edit, so they can add notes, drag and drop bookmarks into folders, create folders, etc., edit, so they can fully work on the actual bookmarks and folder sets. Just managing of the users is done by one person. So that's the current structure of TabsFolders, and yes, in the future we'll probably look at expanding and adding new management features and more granular control. But we had to start with something. So
yeah, true. Valentin asks, can we translate the UI into other languages? I want to translate all UI into Bulgarian so I can have it for business organizations. Which, by the way, if that is your use case, Valentin, you should talk with us outside of this live stream. One, for business reasons, obviously, and number two, yes. Founders are always looking for assistance with translation, so that would be helpful. Anything else you want to add to that, Camille?
Well, same thing, Bruce. I mean, I was going to say that right now, what you could try is to install kind of Google Translate in your browser, and you can click the switch on it, so it'll translate the web page automatically into different languages. I will admit that I haven't tested it with Chrome extensions, whether it works with Chrome extensions, but that's one idea to get a solution kind of right now. But definitely kind of speak to us. We are with team sharing, targeting now kind of the enterprise market space and small businesses, but kind of companies 50 people and up, as we're focusing more on teams, larger teams, more than just individual users now. So definitely we are open to translation and hosting larger organizations on TabsFolders.
Perfect. Valentin said that he will contact you for this. So thank you very much, Valentin. Mr.
Thank
Facebook
you.
user, if that's your real name, hello. Thank you for joining us. Guys, you can see that not all of your comments are going to be allowed by StreamYard to share your name. So please, you'll see on the bottom here, give Facebook permission so that way we can see who is leaving your comments. That way we can enter you into our giveaway, just like we have every live stream. Just go to streamyard.com/Facebook so we can enter you into our giveaway at the end of our live stream. So please, Mr. Facebook user that gave us the hello emoji, please give us permissions so that way we can give you a nice shout out. And thank you for joining us. Okay, Tuhin asks, can we share a user ID along with a password for some of the URLs to a team member? Maybe they have different accounts, just for the clients that we serve.
Let me check that again. URLs to IT member.
I think that's making it Tuhun extra complex. Tuhun Kumar. What you can do, and Camille, I'll put this out there. Actually, here's a recommendation or suggestion. Just share the URL, but apply like a password lock to it, right?
Exactly. So you can, I mean, as I demonstrated at the beginning of the live stream, you can do a public sharing if you don't want to add the members to your team. But if you're sharing with a team, then you have full control. Like that email goes out to that team member specifically, and they can kind of create the account, so you know who you're sending the email to. I mean,
yeah, that's what I was gonna tell you. If they don't have an account, Camille, then you could just send them an invite, and it creates them a freemium account essentially.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is what I just demonstrated at the beginning of the live stream. So you can share it. I mean, if you don't want to be sending, like I said, to specific email addresses, then you create a public share, you add a password there, and then you can share it to your audience. For example, if you want to share some affiliate links with TabsFolders, so you create the share, you create the share link with a password, and then you share the password in some kind of, I don't know, Facebook group or Discord group where you want, so that only those members from that group have the password, and they'll be able to see those link shares. So that's one way to control access. And a more detailed way, if you want the users to kind of be able to add notes to your bookmarks and kind of move them around, add folders, etc., add more bookmarks to that folder, then you use the actual team sharing, where you send an invite to the specific users that you want to collaborate on your folder and bookmarks. Sorry.
There you go.
I'm understanding this question a little differently. Maybe they're asking if they can actually, like, for the shared websites, if they can also share the user ID and password to log into those specific websites that are in the shared bookmarks folder.
So sure, the way you can do that is, you can either if you share kind of in the link, so you can edit the link in in TabsFolders, edit the URL, and I can show you how to do that. Let me just add my screen here again.
But just to quickly clarify, right now there is no password management feature in TabsFolders.
So there is no password management feature, but you can add a password to a note for a bookmark. So you can create a bookmark, add a note with the username and password, and when you share that with your team, right away they have the password in the note. The second option is that if you can log into the website with by typing the password and username in the URL, then you can basically edit that URL in TabsFolders, because what you do is you right click on a bookmark and you can click like change URL, and then you can add the password to the actual URL. But there is no password management in TabsFolders currently. Like I said, you can use a note though. However, you can use a note, you can use tags. So you can share passwords that linked to the bookmark in TabsFolders that way. So I hope that I guess because it says same URLs to my team member, just different accounts for clients we serve. I'm guessing that you can basically add the list, as we said, to the notes. And I don't know if I can add my here. There we go. I'll add my screen. So the way to do this is, as I said, for example.
Camille, it's really small. Please maximize that particular.
Sure.
Yeah.
Doing that. So here we go. This is the shared folder, the folder I shared previously. I right-click a bookmark, and like I said, I can change URL. And so here I can, like add an and password. If the website can be logged in that way through the URL. If not, I can add a note and say password for client 1 is password 1. Save this. And now when I switch to kind of Chrome, the shared with me, I go to this folder and let me now maximize this. This is the user who is the guest. As you see, the affiliate program now has a little icon that it has a note. And when I click the note here we have password for client 1 is password 1. So basically you're sharing internally within the TabsFolders ecosystem the bookmark with the password in the notes field. You can as well, if you edit a tag, you could also add a password to a tag, but I think it makes more sense in notes because you could add notes quite easily, and in the note you can add more information. So you could say, password for client 1 is password 1, and the username is client 5. Right, and so on. You can add the whole list of items of passwords here for your users. Now, if you have several different employees who are responsible for different clients, but with the same link, what you can do is just copy this bookmark, paste it again in here, and now we have the same bookmark. And as you see, it copied the note as well, but for the second bookmark, now we can edit it and say the password for client 2 is password 2 and client 6. And when we save that, now we have kind of 2 bookmarks. And when we go back to Chrome, let me maximize this as well. And refresh the page. So here we go. We have the 2 bookmarks now shared, and basically it says password for client 1 password for client 1 is password and client 5, and the second bookmark says for client 2 is and username is client 6. The point is that the owner, if we go back here, can now create a second folder, create new folder. Let's call it DKIM2, and we move this bookmark to the DKIM2 folder, and right-click, share this bookmark with editor 1 only. So let's send it. Done. So now we have 2 folders shared. One has the structure and it has the URL and a note for the password for client 1. And this second folder has the same URL and a note for the password for client 2. And when we now go back to our Chrome, let's update this screen. It takes sometimes a little bit of time to synchronize if the server is too busy. So let's wait for that to happen and switch here. This is the second user that I shared. Let me maximize this. So when I go to my team, this is editor 1. So with editor 1, they have both folders shared. So they have the DKIM folder and DKIM2. And in the DKIM folder, you have the link with note for client 1 and username client 5. And the DKIM2 folder, which has the second bookmark with the same bookmark, but different username and passwords. So that's how you can manage different usernames currently in TabsFolders, where you share, you have the owner has different copies of the same URL with different notes for the passwords that they're sharing with different team members. So as you see here now, it took a little bit of time for the server to synchronize, but no, that seems to be not synchronizing yet. We'll have to update or check what's going on here, that the second bookmark is still there. That may be a bug. We'll have to take a look at that. But anyway, this is the way you can separate folders. So for example, we call this DKIM, but in this use case, you can just rename it to, let's say, client 1. And here you can rename this to client 2 for it to be more obvious for your management. And then you know that client 2 you share with editor 1, or client 2 with client manager 2, etc. So that's how team sharing works, and how you can use it to share different passwords with different team members of the same link. So I hope that answers. That's a very long answer to a short question, but I hope it's what the user was asking about.
And on that note, Tuhun has another follow-up. He asks, can he hide a specific folder within a certain shared folder? Where it's only visible,
no.
let's say, to him, but not to the rest of the team. So anything that's inside that shared folder, the rest of the team will have full access to view.
Yes.
Okay.
If you want, basically it's a top-down approach. So if you want to hide something, move it outside of the shared folder.
Right.
If you want to have a different structure, then you can rename the shared folder to whatever. But basically, once the top folder is given share access, all the users can see everything below that top folder that's shared.
And I think that the way that it is set up right now makes it the way it should be, because otherwise it just gets to be too complicated. Because then the next thing might be, well, you might want to share that hidden folder to only a certain number of people, but not others. And it just, I see all sort of complexities that kind of emerge from that.
I mean,
Same.
yeah. What I guess we looked at most things like Rike, for example, like task management systems. That's the way it works. That again, if you share the top folder, you can assign different users to different folders. So let's say the top of the tree is you share it with user one, but some subfolder of that you share with user two. So user two will only be able to see that subfolder and everything below it. User one will be able to see everything user two sees, plus all the folders above it. And I think that's a structure that's kind of understandable, as in that's the model we currently chose based on like task management systems that we looked at and Dropbox, etc. With hiding folders, it gets a bit I think tricky. However, if there is a use case that you can share any software, major software that does it this way, like Google Drive or Dropbox or something, we would love to see that use case, and maybe then we can add it kind of to our future additions to team sharing.
And then Valentine asks, is there an option to import bookmarks via a CSV, or is there a Google Sheets integration? That's a good question regarding the CSV imports.
Well, yes. And why don't I share this?
Sure.
If you can add my screen, I'll just maximize it here. So if we go to support.tabsfolders.com, like first of all, Valentine, when you click on the right menu, you have import bookmarks from browser, and that imports your browser's bookmarks into TabsFolders. But to get your CSV of bookmarks into your browser, one user already asked about this as to how to import bookmarks from one tab or a list of URLs. So we have a support article, and let me just kind of blow this up. So in one tab, it's kind of a competitor of ours slash kind of a different way to manage bookmarks, but basically it's just like a bookmark backup in essence, that it just saves a long list of bookmarks. But some users use this because they like to have a backup of their bookmarks. And basically you have a whole list here in one tab, and there's an option here to export. When you click the export, you get this list of bookmarks, which is in essence a CSV. There's a website here that has a bookmarks HTML generator, and it's a free website. All you do is you basically copy and paste your bookmarks here and download bookmarks, and you get an HTML file. And you take this HTML file and you import it right into your browser. Here, you can see instructions for how to do this on specific browsers on Google. We added a LiveWire link on how to do it on Google Chrome. But so basically, you import the HTML file into Google Chrome, and then in TabsFolders, you just click the menu option, import bookmarks from browser, and click yes. And boom, your imported bookmarks will be listed here. So that's how it's a couple of step process right now, couple of steps, but there's a lot of formats that people are asking about, and I think the best way, or the best way to satisfy kind of everybody's needs is to ensure that we can import from the browser, which we do. And to get, however, to get your bookmarks into the browser, there's several ways, and you can just follow the TabsFolders support article here on how to do this. Basically, like from almost any tool, you can use this CSV / list of bookmarks to HTML converter. and import those bookmarks into your browser and then into TabsFolders. So that's how you import bookmarks into TabsFolders from various different sources.
Excellent. Did you cover Norbert asking about UI colors and adjusting them?
No, we didn't.
Okay. So Norbert Enders says the UI colors are not towards everyone's liking. Just FYI, we try to make them neutral, similar to the Google Drive UI and Dropbox aesthetic.
Exactly.
He asks, can we adjust them?
So right now, this isn't in our near-term plans because I guess I mean, it's a nice to have, just like I think with dark mode. At this point, I think we are focusing more on features that have kind of usability, as in things you can actually do, like better search, team sharing, things like that. So colors I don't think are on a near-term roadmap. To be honest, what I mentioned that we did add, and I don't think we went over it in a lot of detail in this live stream yet. So speaking of colors, let me share my screen again. The colors that we did add is when you look at the list of folders here. Now you can see that there's different colors: yellow, green, blue. The blue is the standard. And users were asking that, they want to kind of see different colors on folders based on tags. That when they have a lot of folders in their collection and bookmarks, reading through all the folders, if you have a lot in a list, is not as quick for the mind. So what we have added is now tagging, that when you add a tag to a folder, you can choose the color of the tag. And we had those in the previous versions of TabsFolders, but the tags colors didn't impact the folder. Now, when you choose the tag color and change it here, or add a tag with a red color, right away the folder color changes. And so this is I think valuable, where again it helps in sorting and managing your information kind of faster, because you can color code things like red folders, for example, you don't share with anybody. So right away, when you click on a folder like this and you go to share, you look at the color and you say, oh wait, red folders I'm not supposed to share. Or you can communicate with your team that red folders are private and should never be shared with clients. So you kind of give color cues to your users to pass on various information with the colored folders. So I think this has more of a functionality use case where it's conveying information, and that's why we chose to add this feature to TabsFolders. But kind of colors, changing the UI, customizing it, I think will be further down the road after we release like other features. We have plans for kind of AI search to help you searching on Google, that TabsFolders will process search results from Google and do our own scoring on these search results. So that if you're looking for a page, let's say that would come back on the 5th or 10th page of Google results, you can actually have TabsFolders help you with that search and bring it up to a first page of search results. So there are a lot of kind of usability features like this that we plan to add to TabsFolders. So at this point, I think colors will be on later. However, if you choose, I believe this may be already on the roadmap, on the TabsFolders roadmap. If you go on there and vote for this feature, and a lot of users want this feature, we will raise the priority, of course, because we always listen to our users. and we want to know what's important to you guys, since you are the ones who we create tabs folders for. So Norbert, if you add that feature / look on tabs folders roadmap, if the feature is already listed, then please upvote it. If not, then please add a description of exactly what you'd like to change. And then basically we will prioritize that as needed, or as you guys vote. And just FYI, Dropbox, if you guys ever use Dropbox, I mean, this current UI of tabs folders, we really try to model it a lot on Dropbox, because we wanted for new users of tabs folders to have something that they're familiar with, or so Google Drive and Dropbox are used by a lot of users around the world, and this is the interface that we chose to kind of model tabs folders on, so that users don't have to learn something new while while just learning new functionality available to them, also learning a new UI. So that's why we kind of looked at Dropbox, and we have a similar interface to Dropbox, so that users already know how to get around and folder colors and things like that. That was the goal with the current color scheme, as well as enterprise clients as well look more for more standardized blue colors, etc., etc. That's the reason for the choice of colors with the current tabs folders UI.
On that note, we're going to end the stream on one last question. And Norbert asked, and this is a good question, might have already been clear already because he joined late. Can we publicly share lists and yet have those lists visited by infinite visitors?
Nice. Bruce, I don't know if I didn't hear you. Can you repeat? You cut out.
So
I think Bruce is cutting out. Okay, so can we publicly share?
He's just asking if we can have publicly shared folders. That's all.
Yes. So Norbert, definitely. All you do is right-click. Actually, why don't I add my screen just to demo it again? But if you go to the beginning of the live stream, you'll see how to do this. You right-click on a folder, click share, and share with public link. You create the link, copy link, and click done. And this is now a publicly shared folder that when I paste it, here's the links that are shared publicly. All you have to do is kind of send this link to your users. If you use kind of CNAME sharing, then you can also, if you get, I believe it's 3 or 5 more, or 5 codes, 3 codes, I think, for CNAME sharing, you'll be able to share from your own domain. So, for example, like links.norbert.com, and that you'll be able to share with your users, and they think that it's on your own domain, your own website.
There you go. Enders, thank you very much for that question too. Super. There you go. Daniel, thank you very much for joining us. Can we embed a folder in a blog post?
Blog post. One. So currently, I'm not sure. We don't have a specific embed feature. You could try, if you can embed the whole web page. Take the link, and in your blog post embed the whole web page. Then you could probably do that. But at this point, we don't have this functionality. Again, if you Facebook user, if you go to our roadmap and add that feature to the roadmap, we'll definitely take a look at how to do this.
That would be interesting, though. We've discussed that before in previous streams. Having an embed code of a folder, that way every time you have a visitor that goes to your blog, they don't have to open the folder. The folder's already evident of all the contents in the folder when they're visiting that page. We've discussed that before in the
Sure.
past. It
Okay.
does kind of make sense. Yeah.
Now that you mention it, Bruce, probably yes, it rings a bell. So I guess with all the 2.0 features, it escaped my my memory. But yeah, I guess it would be more compact, that you're just sharing links and you don't have to bother with updating them from your blog posts. You could just do them in TabsFolders in a couple of seconds, and all your blog posts would be updated in kind of real time, and your users wouldn't have to click and open a separate web page. So it's definitely something we can take a look at, and I'll reread the roadmap to see if we already have that posted on the roadmap, and see if how many users voted for this feature as well.
Perfect. On that note, folks, thank you for joining us. Let's go ahead and end things on our live stream. And the winner of today's giveaway for comment participation is Faz Musa. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Faz.
Faz. And I like the photo too. It looks like it's a little bit of an animated profile picture, almost like a little cartoon. There you go. He left us a comment. Woohoo Tabs 2.0.
Just reach out to us on Facebook, either on the TabsFolders page or my personal kind of account if you message me, and then I'll send you the link with the code for your TabsFolders 2.0 promo code / gift code from this live stream.
There you go. Congrats, Faz. Also, if your name's not in the giveaway, please don't forget you have to give StreamYard permission, so that way we can StreamYard can capture your profile picture and your name for our future giveaways next week or on our next live stream. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy TabsFolders 2.0 launch. I know a lot of you have been looking forward to that for a long time. To a lot of the new visitors, thank you for joining us today. Please look out for our future live streams as well, where we talk with Camille, the founder of TabsFolders, about the new features, maybe some bug fixes, and new use cases about how to use TabsFolders, your recent purchase. That being said, guys, let's go ahead and keep social distancing in mind. Wash your hands, and we'll see you guys all in the next live stream.
Thank you, guys. See you in the next live stream.